Hey, caller, what's on your mind?
I just rented Eternal Darkness at Blockbuster.
Mm-hmm.
This game is awesome. I'm a Nintendo fan for a long time, and this game is just great. I don't want to reveal anything, but it's very scary, very funny, and I just want to say comments.
All right, no spoilers yet. Hey, one of the first Nintendo games that earned a mature rating is Eternal Darkness, putting to end any rumors of Nintendo being just for kids. Many of you had comments about it, so get them ready, because G4TV.com, the interactive talk show about games, starts now. Alrighty, you're watching G4TV.com with AGN right here, and you are?
Tina
T-Dub from Florida State University.
Yes,
and then over here, keeping the chatters in a cavalry advanced formation is Laura Thug.
Difficult job, I'm Laura.
Yeah.
Yes.
From New York.
From New York.
Oh,
and
you said where you were from.
we have on the phone Draguna, big member of the forums.
Hey, Greg.
Hi.
Hey, Greg. Actually, Greg, where do you live?
Johnson City, Tennessee.
Tennessee, and you do get G4, right?
Yes.
All right, well, you were talking about being a big fan of Nintendo's Eternal Darkness, and you kind of wanted to know how we felt about the game?
Is it scary, first of all? I guess I want to know, is it really scary? That's what people have been saying.
Yeah, it is a very scary game for me.
Yeah. You know what I'm gonna say? Like, I went home, I played it at Dracuna's recommendation, actually, in chat. And at first, I was like, this is a Resident Evil knockoff. But then you play it, and you notice Resident Evil is sort of like a B movie, like horror film.
Right.
But Eternal Darkness is more like a psychological thriller. Am I right? Would you agree with that, Draguna?
Mm-hmm.
It touches on your sanity. In fact, there's a sanity meter. I think it's good. The graphics are better than Resident Evil.
Right, like, isn't it like you can actually, like, almost trip out? Like, if you're standing, you can start seeing things, and you have
If you lose your sanity, you start to hallucinate and see things.
But it's a scary game. I played it for a little bit. It definitely gives you chills.
The noise is just
very creepy, very creepy.
The voices, it's scary.
Again, not to play by yourself.
Scott, have you had a chance to play it?
I haven't, but I'm pulling up some comments from the message boards. If we had broadband right here, it would be a lot faster. I'm just slowly waiting for the page to load.
Everyone in chat seems to think that it's an awesome game too. A lot of people haven't had a chance to play it yet, but Derek H says it's scary for a Nintendo game. He thinks Mario 64 made him. This made Mario 64 crap his pants, and it made me get tongue-tied. Shish.
Well, Draguna, thank you so much for calling. We appreciate it, and thanks for always coming into chat.
Would have been great.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
All right, bye.
Thank you.
So you're having problems with the computer, obviously.
Yeah, you know.
That's all right.
All right, it's the Laura and Tina show. You ready?
Yeah, what do you want to talk about, Laura? Right, New York City. Actually, we have another caller. Hello?
Hello.
Hey, who's this?
This is Thumbblister.
Thumbblister. What's your question, Thumbblister?
All right. I was in New York City, as you may know, just recently, and I stopped at the Pokemon Center in Rockefeller Plaza, which is like Poke Heaven. Very cool place.
Are you a Poke freak?
Somewhat, but I love my Nintendo stuff. And I picked up this little gem called the Pokémon Mini, and it's like maybe a 2-inch Game Boy with a dot matrix screen LCD. It's got A and B buttons. It's got a C button on the shoulder even. It's got rumble feature. It's got an internal shock sensor.
Gee, it's right on.
It's got a clock. It's got an infrared communications port so you can play and trade with up to 6 other people. But the problem is, I don't know anybody else who's got one of these things.
I'm not surprised.
So we're putting it
very
out there in the
obscure,
chat.
very niche. So you're looking for someone to actually play against? Is that the deal?
Well, I just want to know why it's not in, the mass market here. I mean,
don't you think we've kind of gone past the whole Poke craze? I mean, Pokemon was really huge a few years ago. I think people are like now Dragon Ball Z, and they're looking for other things. I mean, I think you're still stuck in the past a little there, Thumbblister.
I don't think so. Pokemon shall live forever.
Well, I would suggest maybe going online and doing a little search for it. Is it new? Is it something that just came out?
Well, see, that's what I don't know. I've just only ever seen it or heard of it at this one place. It's not even a big thing on Nintendo's website. It's like you got to really dig to find something about this thing.
I've never even heard of it.
No,
I've never even heard of it.
I would suggest the Google search.
Only in
Only in New York City. I'd suggest a Google search. Also post it to our forums. There are over 3,000 people, members of our forums right now.
I already did that.
And
nobody has one.
Nobody has any idea
well,
what the hell I'm talking about.
Consider yourself unique.
Yeah, you're special.
I guess it's just a great collector's item, you know?
Absolutely. Don't like keep it in mint condition and see if you can sell it in 10 years.
It's a lot of fun. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep it in mint condition.
Well, thanks for calling in.
Thanks,
And if we come across anybody in our gaming travels that has one of these things, we'll point them your way.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you. Hey, I also found some of those Eternal Darkness comments. Wanted to throw them out there because, you know, GameKid128 posted that Eternal Darkness is really good. Game leaves you on the edge of your seat. You never know what's going to happen next or how you will go insane. But it's guaranteed to mess with you. And then I had to cut it off because he left a spoiler in there, kind of revealing some of the game there. So there you go. There's a little Eternal Darkness comment.
Right on.
All right.
Good game.
It's time to hand out this week's honorable mention. It's a chance for us to recognize a great post in the forum. This week, we're talking about a valuable contribution, a post that makes you go, Yeah. And this week, it is Spirit Zombie, a forum member who has reached geek status by posting over 500 messages. Doug, what's the name of Spirit Zombie's thread?
Well, this thread, and it touched me at home because I once thought I was cool. I did. And then I read this thread, and it's called You Know You're a Geek When, and realized that many of the things applied to me. So it was a cathartic moment for myself when I realized that I'm right there with you guys, and just a few of them because they're really funny. A few of them is when your idea of hanging out on a Saturday night means hanging out in our chat room. What? Is there something wrong with that? I thought that was normal.
I thought that meant you were cool.
When half your cubicle shelf is overflowing with toys, I thought that was cool. That's not cool.
I have toys. I have toys all over my office.
Hi.
Yeah, you guys.
I have the Spider-Man web slinger.
Okay.
I have the actual.
When someone says, "Isn't Xbox made by Windows?" and you laugh at them because they mistook Windows for Xbox, for Microsoft. Like, duh, who would do that?
Right.
So anyway, I don't want to go on and on into my deepness of geekdom, but it's a great thread, and it's on the board in the G4 discussion forum.
Are people going after that?
There's hundreds and hundreds of posts, and I guarantee more than one apply to you.
Yes. I think you're slipping into geekdom. This show is dragging you down with all of us.
I know, I'm feeling it. In fact, I collected my first miniature.
Sorry, can we get her some black rim glasses, please? Thank you.
Alrighty, well, when we come back, we're going to introduce you to the hardware whore, G4's own Josh Krane, and check out my video game diary, so don't go anywhere. More gaming goodness right after this.
Hey everybody, I'm Kevin Pereira. I once was a PA at the network getting balance bars and coffee, and then one day in the lunchroom, an executive producer for another show called Arena asked me if I had any interest in being on camera. And I looked around and I didn't see a couch. It felt safe, and I said yes, I'd love to be.
I have a structured settlement and I need cash now. Call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now.
I have an annuity, but I need cash now.
Call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now. 877 cash now. They've helped thousands, they'll help you too. One lump sum of cash they will pay to you. If you get long-term payments, but you need cash now. Call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now. 877 cash now.
877 cash now.
877 cash now.
It's your money. Use it when you need it.
Call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now.
Why are you guys drinking Coke Zero?
We're not. We're drinking Coke, mate.
Well, it says Coke Zero on the bottle.
Well, they must have messed up and put Coke in the wrong bottle.
Whatever.
All right, eyeball. I'll tell you what. Why don't you try it for us, sunshine? Oh, I forgot you can't, because you don't have a mouth. Well, while we're busy drinking Coke, why don't you go stand in front of a hairdryer or something?
Yeah, hairdryer or something.
For your Coke taste, 0 calories.
Me? Well, I help save people money on car insurance and I support wildlife conservation. I'm actually working with the Association of Zoos and Aquariums right now. I'm going to be making the rounds of a whole bunch of aquariums. And you? I mean, I'll be honest, it is very hard to talk with you. I mean, where exactly is your face? Is that it? Nah, that's your belly button, isn't it?
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
If we all scream for ice cream, imagine what we'd do for these. Wendy's Frosty Shakes. They're brand new, blended by hand, with sauces made from real strawberries, real vanilla bean, and 5 kinds of cocoa. Wendy's new hand-spun Frosty Shakes. Does that sound good or what? It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Now eat way better, way later.
There is nothing like the satisfaction of making ideas come to life. It requires a vision, but most of all, it requires the collaboration of many talented professionals dedicated to the completion of these projects. The Bachelor Degree Program in Construction Management in the School of Drafting and Design at ITT Technical Institute offers educational opportunities that can help students prepare for challenging and rewarding careers in the construction industry. Areas of study include building codes, site construction and measurement, construction documents, and construction project management. There's a demand for individuals with knowledge and skills to manage construction projects. Many ideas remain to be built. Help make them a reality. ITT Technical Institute School of Drafting and Design. Education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-372-4052 or visit us on the web.
If you aren't watching Code Monkeys,
Holy poke crap in a box!
then you're missing out
Give me the best boob job $200 can buy.
on the best 8-bit animated series in history.
Quick, help me put them in my mouth.
It's bigger.
I put my action in your ear.
What?
Better.
I am Cock Goblin.
And smarter
Smell my finger.
than last season.
I'm home.
Where's my dinner, bitch?
Ow!
Catch an all-new Code Monkeys Sunday night at 10. Part of G4's Stay Out of the Sun Summer.
Hey, welcome back to G4TV.com. I'm Thug, and here's AGN and T-Dub.
Hey, are you feeling a little light in the wallet? Have you spent all your babysitting money? Well, don't worry. The crew from G4TV.com understands, and that's why we're giving you another no-budget gamer tip.
No budget gamer. That looks like a no budget gamer kind of graphic.
Yeah. That graphic makes me want to empty my pockets out.
I ain't got no money.
That's right. We look around the net trying to find free games that cost nothing. Nada, zip, zilch. And this week, it's a small, addictive, web-based version of Battleship, and it's actually called, well, it's called Battleships with an S.
It was a stretch. I had to figure out what it was going to be, but the S threw me.
But the game is just like the game you remember from your childhood, where you have to set up a couple of battleships. You got
You sunk my battleship.
Yeah, you set up like the destroyer, the aircraft carrier, and on your thing, and then the computer will try and sink your ship.
The computer is hard to beat.
It's like one of those games that's just addictive, that you could sit there and play for hours, even though it's not very deep. It's just battleships.
Now, where can we find this?
You can head over to the link on the website, because if I were to read you the link on the air right now, it'd take about 10 minutes.
Okay.
It's fun and it's free. And there you go. That's
Yay.
it. No budget, no
budget gamer. Wow, wow, wow.
All right, now staying on top of the PC gaming scene means a couple of things. Fast processor, lots of memory, and most importantly, 3D hardware. Should you get a GeForce 3, GeForce 4? What's Radeon? What happened to the T-buffer? Who's on first? Well, here to answer those questions is G4's own Josh Krane. He's also known as the hardware whore. It's a hell of a name.
That dude.
Josh.
Laura?
That dude.
So far away over there.
I think you earned
We'll
that
get close
name,
later.
the hardware whore.
He's also known as the dude in chat. If you're in chat, he's pretty much always there. How you
Now
doing?
you're going to only get hardware questions.
So I got this new gaming rig. Pentium 4, 2.53 gigs,
Right.
and then it came down to the 3D hardware. What would you recommend for someone who's got a state-of-the-art computer now for a 3D card?
Well, state-of-the-art computer now,
Yeah.
go for the state-of-the-art video card now.
Which is?
I would say still the GeForce 4 Ti 4600.
And that's like a $400 card.
Yeah, you can pick one up for around $350.
Miko, longtime chatter, good friend of ours. He wants to know the ultimate question, OpenGL or Direct3D, which do you think is best for gaming visuals overall?
Well, I mean, I think right now, especially with the push that Microsoft has had on the Xbox, Direct3D is still, a viable and very vibrant looking platform. OpenGL has, quite a few of its own advantages, and, it's one of those things where it's up to the developers. A good developer can take either and make a quite, visually stunning game.
Well, along the same lines, do you think there are any games that currently take advantage of the power of the GeForce 4? And that's a question from Yama86.
Good question.
Yeah, I get this question a lot, and the answer is yes, they all do. And I don't mean to be vague with my answer, but the whole idea of the GeForce 4 is that if you can increase, the number of pixels that you're drawing per second, that gives you some overlap that you can use to play around with extra features. So the faster your game is running, now you have some room to put in some extra stuff, some shading, some lighting, per pixel effects, those types of things. So yeah, all of the games will run better, run faster. Games like Max Payne on a GeForce 4 playable at 1600 by 1200. Games like Grand Theft Auto 3 on the PC, even on a GeForce 4, it's still pretty much brought to its knees on a high-end machine. So yes, there are games that are taking advantage of it right now, mostly in the speed.
So what are some of the features that the GeForce 4 has? I remember there was something called the T-Buffer that was coming out from 3D Effects that was going to do like movie-style motion blur and perspective kind of imaging. What are some of the features this card has that kind of sets it apart from the others?
Well, it's actually an old feature revisited, which I think is the most impressive on the GeForce 4, and it's anti-aliasing. Anti-aliasing was the one feature that came out of that whole suite of new features from the 3D effects, the T-Buffer and motion blur, that actually had some direct application to real-world gaming. It makes your games look sharper. It makes them look smoother. It takes away the jaggy lines. With the new version of the GeForce 4, especially the TI 4600, it's things are so much crisper at such high resolutions that they used to say, oh well, you'll be able to play your games at the same resolution, but now turn on anti-aliasing. Now you can play most games that are out there at 1600 by 1200 with 4x or quincunx anti-aliasing on. Image quality is as good, if not, some people say better, some people say worse. There is a little bit of blur. You take away jaggies, you get some blur. But yeah, it's anti-aliasing. I think is definitely where it's at now, because it's finally we have video cards that are fast enough that can deliver the performance.
Speed Demon says T-Buffer is worthless. It was just PRBS. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely.
Really?
It's a great idea in filmmaking. It works quite well on TV. Video games, not so much.
Josh, you are like a plethora of information.
Well, I was just going to say, some people, if you're having relationship trouble, you would write Dear Abby.
I know.
If you have a hardware-related question, send it to us, because the dude will come back on from time to time to answer some of your hardware-related questions.
What do we say?
He has a plethora of knowledge.
I'm going to change it from the dude to the man.
Yeah.
When I need hardware, I go to Josh.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate taking time out of the busy development time. And when we come back, Laura will assume the pole position, and T-Dub and I are going to monkey you around on the GameCube. Watch some promos, see some commercials, and we'll see you on the other side.
You're plugged into G4 Rewind. Up next, Blister.
Back it up. Back a little bit more slowly, slow. Let's do this. Go! Oh, dude.
Nothing good happens after midnight, except Denny's. Try our new all-nighter value menu, starting at $3.99.
I think what it is that you don't know it until you have it. Because I heard that in the past. You always hear these people being like, oh, well, she's not right for you. You'll know. And I'm like, okay, yeah, well, you'll know. Well, this is what they were talking about.
When I first heard him on the phone, I thought he was really sexy.
I love this girl to death, and Anne-Marie changed my life because I was going in 100 different directions.
It is easy to be with Lee. It's easy to love him.
She is extremely happy, lighthearted, doesn't let things get to her, and I learned from that, and I'm jealous of that, but she's bringing that into my life.
I'm much more laid back and kind of go with the flow.
Me, not so much.
Yeah.
Anne-Marie allows me to be who I am. I mean, as long as I have her, that's it.
See how it feels to be matched based on compatibility. Log on and review your matches for free. eHarmony.com.
I always took everything apart as a kid. Always wanted to know how things worked.
All of his toys, the batteries always ended up out of. I always thought I'd come home to a refrigerator that was torn apart.
Electronics were always intriguing to me. I felt the best course of action would be pursue that as a career, something I loved. Oh, I wish I could get my mother to shut up about how proud she is. Everyone in my family is very happy. They're very glad to see me on the right track.
I always knew when he found his niche he would excel, and he has, and the school has definitely been there to support him all the way through.
In my job, I get to travel quite a bit. I've been to Japan a couple of times. I love going new places, trying new food, meeting new people. I feel very successful. I just want people to look at me, feel that I succeed, and want to do the same for themselves.
We are educators helping people build a foundation for the rest of their lives. ITT Technical Institute, education for the future. Call 1-800-372-4052 or visit us on the web.
If you plan on building, furnishing, or remodeling your home, or you're just tired of paying retail, don't spend another dollar. Now, you can enjoy an incredible selection of top quality name brand products priced up to 50% less than retail. Take the first step towards saving hundreds or even thousands of dollars on nearly anything for your home. Call for your free Direct Buy Insider's Guide to Buying Direct and learn what retailers don't want you to know. Each full color page of the Insider's Guide is packed with powerful information. Discover some of the hundreds of thousands of products available from over 700 name brand manufacturers. Everything, including furniture, cabinets, appliances, flooring, lighting fixtures, and so much more, all without retail markups. At Direct Buy, you can't afford to miss this valuable opportunity. Call the number on your screen now to get your own Direct Buy Insider's Guide. You'll also receive a visitor's pass and map to the Direct Buy showroom nearest you. The sooner you call, the sooner you'll be buying direct. So call now.
Alright, my favorite old school G4 show has to be G4TV.com because XPlay covers it now, but G4TV.com was the original place to get all your video game information. Chemistry between Laura and Tina was great, and I guess everybody appreciated it when Jeff chipped in every once in a while.
They say Attack of the Show gets it before it gets out. Now, what is it?
I don't know what it is, but what Monica Lewinsky did for the cigar business is exactly what we're doing for the gaming and tech industry.
No. We definitely have it. People are constantly coming up to me saying, Kevin, how are you so hip and amazing? And I say, I don't know. Ask Jesus or R. Kelly.
Having it means being raw, frank, and usable.
Usable is not a word.
Read the Urban Dictionary much?
Attack of the Show, weeknights at 7 and 10, only on G4.
Who will win? That's our flame war for this week. This week it's a chance to fight the good fight in the forum. T-Dub, Thug, and I scoured the boards looking for friction, controversy, and an all-out smackdown, drag-out fight. And this week we look no further than the Man of Steel versus the Caped Crusader. Warner Brothers has confirmed it's developing Superman versus Batman, a film that will cinematically answer one of the greatest bar bets of all time. Who would win in a fight between Superman and Batman?
Well, I pulled my side of the flame from Burr, who said, Batman is far smarter. He'd probably fashion a few batarangs out of kryptonite, and then it's bye-bye, overrated alien.
Yeah.
Woo, smackdown.
Well, I got Fooflex, who says, how in the world is Batman getting any votes? Batman is a regular human. Superman is invincible except against kryptonite. And if he were to punch him, he would instantly die. Batman could never get a punch off because Superman could move faster than bullets. Do you see what I'm saying here? Even if Batman dropped a freaking nuclear bomb on him, it would do nothing. Batman can't win.
Okay, first of all, Batman has Robin, and he's loaded.
Robin?
Batman has the Batmobile.
Yes, dude. He's got all the toys. He's this rich
Robin?
dude. Yes.
Superman has a cape and he's afraid of green rocks.
Yeah, like what's up with like seriously?
Superman.
You guys are so out of it because Superman has this really big breath of cold air. He could freeze Batman in a few seconds.
Batman
He could also
can dodge the freeze.
Also, Batman's got this mask, so even if his whole body was like kryptonite bat suit, he's got this area here where Superman could just use his heat vision and burn a hole right through Batman's mouth. And Batman would be like,
Scott, Batman's so rich, he can buy heat vision.
Batman
really, what
has
is
the
it
Bat
anyway?
Cave.
I mean,
Superman
Batman-
changes in telephone booths. Go to the Bat Cave. Get a hotel
He's
room.
so not money.
The problem is
No money.
Batman is a rich guy with some toys. How really
You're praising
powerful
an
is...
alien. Game Kid 128
I
says
can't even
Batman.
believe you guys could take the side of Batman.
Game Kid 128 says Batman is more super than Superman.
That's right. Okay.
Superman obviously has the advantage. If you factor kryptonite into the equation, then anyone can beat him up, sure, but that's a sort of a cop-out.
And serial
it's a
killer
trap.
is also saying he's whipped by Lois Lane. He's got time to go out and fight crime and take on Batman.
Nebula Pig says, while I voted for third party, Superman would just beat the edit out of Batman if it was just brute strength. But if Batman was allowed to use weapons, who knows? What about chatters? Anybody in
old
chat?
Old school Superman, who you would think is going for Superman, is shouting Green Lantern, Green Lantern.
I'll think Superman would win. What is wrong with you people? Game Kid thinks Robin's a queer. I don't even know if I can say that. But
just look at style and fashion alone. Yeah. Batman is the Dark Knight. He's in black and he's purple.
No
and he's
offense,
slick.
but this is why I wonder whether women can get involved in a comic book discussion if you're talking fashion and Robin.
Scott.
What is the deal there?
You do not want to go there.
I don't think outfits have anything to do.
I don't think you should start something you can't finish.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't think you want to go there.
I don't think that outfits have anything to do with the outcome over two
The outfits hold the gadgets.
Yeah, whatever. All Batman has to do, he's so
you see
loaded.
What I'm dealing with
all he
here.
has to do is go buy some kryptonite, throw a little green rocket to Superman, and
it's done. It's Dark Knight forever.
Yeah, and there's Supergirl too, right? Right, Tina?
With who's Supergirl?
Who's Supergirl?
Exactly.
We're not talking Wonder Woman. We're not talking.
All right. Fire up your engines. It's time for another poll position. This week, we polled you on the best cartoony game character, which of course leaves my cartoony game character, Tom Brady, Super Bowl MVP, out of the running because he's not a cartoon. Thug, who are some of the characters that did make the poll?
Let me just say that my cartoony style game character, which isn't cartoony because he's drawn so well, which is I'm going to say why he's not in it. Abe didn't make the poll, but whatever.
He didn't make the poll, but who did?
Who did? Make the poll? Coming in last place is Zoom. Zoom for last place? Sure. Zoom everywhere.
It's more of a z.
Right. Last place is Crash Bandicoot. They didn't like him.
Bandicoot.
One of the funniest things, Tina, I remember you like to say that.
I love saying Crash Bandicoot.
One more time.
Crash Bandicoot.
Right on. And next up, we have Link. They thought Link was pretty cute.
Who has a feminine side, who I thought was a girl.
Link does have a feminine side.
And an earring, right?
With you. I feel that.
There's a game where Link has an earring, I think.
Mm-hmm. And next we have Mario. It's me, Mario. Next.
No, but he's not really a cartoon. I guess
he's a cartoon-style game
person,
character.
Though. Yeah.
I didn't say animal. I didn't say monster. I said game character. Cartoon. I would draw Mario.
But wouldn't that make every game character a cartoon?
Scott, is
a cartoon style is what we're talking about. See, now Max Payne they're going for realistic looks there.
All right.
This is just our I think number one.
Yeah.
God, I hope
Who's
you lose
number
at Monkey Ball. I so hope you lose.
Easy with that banana.
Number one is Sonic the Hedgehog.
That I would agree with that.
He's a cute little guy.
Sonic rules.
Sonic the
SSJ
coming
Trunks.
in at number one.
SSJ Trunks says Sonic rules. Sacred Silence says Link has hormonal problems.
Because of his feminine side.
Burr says Sonic number one. He predicted it correctly. And Amazing Rando says, yes, Scott, Mario is real. So I have some support in chat.
Yeah, okay. You guys can go to talk to your real friends.
All right, it's time to play our game. It is time to play the game. It is time to go head-to-head with Tina T. Dub.
Yes.
The chatters have asked us to play this game. It's called Super Monkey Ball. It is for the Nintendo GameCube. It's from Sega. And we're going to play the monkey fight. And the way we're going to decide what happened, usually we stick an L on someone's head. Today it's all about that banana. Laura, you want to tell us what we're going to do with that banana?
We're not planning on going out tonight.
I'll have it here ready for whoever wants to
And what are we
lose.
going to do with the banana?
I sent some smushing.
It's going to be smushed into the loser's head. There's one round.
Which screen
Let's
are we
go.
on?
Here we go. I'll look there.
It's
I
good,
think we
it's
need
good.
both look there.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Tina, tell us who you're playing
Super Monkey
as.
Ball Monkey Fight. I am in the red. T-Dub is in the blue.
Oh, the red goes down! Oh boy, we got 52 seconds left. So far, we've got Scott off the board once this banana is good. It's warm, it's mushy. I've been sitting on it. It's gonna smush nice. It's gonna feel good. I hear that banana's good for the skin, guys, so don't worry about it. Scott is in the red. He's just had his second knockoff. Tina is in the blue. She seems to be fighting a strong fight over here. She does not want any banana on her face. Let me tell you guys, there's some good banana.
All right, come on. I'm in the blue, that's all I know.
Get him off the board. We got 22 seconds left. They both fell. It is a tie score right now. I think it's 40-40. Oh, shoot. 50. Scott is up 50-40. Come on.
Yeah!
Oh, 60-40. Tina, you're getting a banana. Tina, the banana's coming your way. You got 3 seconds. 3 seconds.
Oh, Scott!
Oh, no! Can you smell what Scott is about to cook? Here you go, honey. Ready? I'm going to toss it. Don't drop it. Get it.
I quit.
Webcam, what?
Come on. Thank you very much for watching and participating in the show.
Yeah.
It won't work without all the chatters and the viewers at home posting to the boards. Thank you to our guest today, Josh Krane, the dude. He's the hardware whore. And of course, thank you to Banana Face right over here, T-Dub, and to Laura Thug. I'm AGM. We'll see you next time.
Here we go, team. Come get real close. Oh,
yes!